What's up? We're the Txlips band. We're hanging out with Album 88 right now. Gang gang.
This is 88 Sessions at Album 88.
Thank you so much to Album 88 for having us. Love you guys.
This is Album 88.
Thank you. So this next song is called Die Today. This song is a little emotional, you know, because you kind of go through shit in life. And so this is called Die Today. Do you feel like you did before? Do you feel the same way? You say most beautiful thing. You say significant thing about my life that mean absolutely nothing to me. If we die today, if we die today, at least I'd be yours. I'm coming back today. I'm coming back to yours. Do you feel the pain? Do you feel the shame? You say most beautiful thing. You say significant thing about my life that mean absolutely nothing to me. If we die today, if you die today, at least I'd be yours. I'm coming back today. I'm coming back to yours. You say most beautiful thing. You say significant thing about my life that mean absolutely nothing to me. If you die today, if we die today, at least I'd be yours. I'm coming back today. I'm coming back to yours. Do you feel A? Do you feel A? Do you feel A? Do you feel the pain? Do you feel A? Do you feel A? Do you feel A? Do you feel the pain?
We're live with 88 Sessions, and we have the lovely Txlips with us. If you guys would care to introduce yourself, I'd love for that.
My name is Guitar Gabby. I'm lead guitar and vocals.
I am Mo. I'm Mo drummer. I am the only drummer.
Are there more drummers? Was there like a drummer and then Mo drummer was like, I got it for here.
Right, I got it from here.
I am Mo drummer, the only drummer. That's all you need to know. Next.
I am Lady M the Greatest. I'm the bassist and background vocalist. And I am, as exactly my name says, the greatest.
I like that.
Hey, I'm Dara Carter. I am the keyboardist and background singer.
Thank you guys for coming today. I kind of want you guys to talk about the band more than I want to talk about the band. I feel you guys would do a better job in explaining what Txlips does for the audience. I love the sound. I love that it's an all-female band. It's actually my preference in music nowadays because I've spent 23 years listening to predominantly men.
Yeah.
So it's time for a change, you know?
Yeah.
Switch it up
Come
for year
on.
24. Listen to all the greats and hits and stuff. But what does that mean for rock and roll? Typically, this isn't the look for a rock group. Nor
Not at
is this
all.
the sound for a
Not
rock
at
group. You're a
all.
lot better, too.
Yeah. Well, you know, we, first of all, Black people created rock and roll.
Let's just
And so-
make that clear. Let's make that clear.
But it's really important to us to represent for Black women because I feel like we are left out of many conversations, especially in the music industry. We're hypersexualized a lot, and we just decided it's time to do something different. It's time to show up and show out. So that's what we do.
Is your music a response to that content-wise, you would say, or is it just the band in general, all action? To me, it feels like the band and everything that it does is just a very, like, this is a response, instead of it just being like, the song says what we really feel and also captures it, and we're just vehicles for it.
I would say, like, the band is like a movement. I feel like our presence is what goes against the norm instead of vocally saying things, because I feel like a lot of people will you can say things to people and it goes in one ear and out the other, but they have no choice but to see us because we're on the stage. So
That's right.
And like you said, this is we're not what people would normally expect.
Yeah.
Especially in the genre of music that we play in. So when we do put ourselves out there for people to see us, they don't know what to expect. They're like, okay, what are they going to do? Are they going to start singing? Are they going to rap? Are they going to do this? And then we hit them with the, hey, this is why we're here. You know what I'm
there's
saying?
a lot of people who have their music labeled like it's indie or it's like something else, but it's hip-hop centered at the end of the day. And yours is rock. Yours is rock. The sound is rock. The way the way you guys play guitar and drums is more rock influence with the pacing of everything. It's definitely... where's that influence come from, or where did that decision in having a band go that direction come from?
So, I don't know. I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of rock music. I felt like I was always the, like, outcast in high school. A lot of my peers of color kind of thought it was weird of me for some reason to listen to, like, Queens of the Stone Age and Foo Fighters. Nirvana is one of my favorite bands, like, to death. And I don't know, for me, I just felt like for a long time I legit thought something was wrong with me, like psychologically, because I was trying to figure out why is everyone looking at me weird because I listened to something that has a guitar in it. And so growing up and kind of evolving through myself as a Black woman, I went to an HBCU, and that's where I learned a lot of how to appreciate myself better as a Black woman in the society that we live in. And so for me, kind of my way of stepping foot into society and saying, bam, this is Guitar Gabby, this is Gabriella, this is who I am, was through my guitar. And so what I feel, what I go through is exhibited through my music, through my solos, through my playing. So for me, that's my way of kind of kicking down doors that people said I couldn't go into, especially when I built it to begin with. Which doesn't make sense to me. But.
What's that like, having that control? You're in your own lane, and a lot of people be like, I'm in my own lane, but you literally in your own lane. Like you have like, you can take this vision and this identity as well as like this archetype and what Black women bring to rock and roll from now on. You kind of are carrying that forward. Not to say that there's pressure with that, but is that sort of what helps drive it, or is just like approaching culture, being yourself, what's driving it?
I would say a little bit of both. I was going to say like all of the above. Because the cool thing about us is that we each individually have different sounds. We have different ways to express our creativity, but it comes together and it's so cohesive that you would not even know that we each individually have a different sound, if that makes sense. Like, I listen to a lot of rock. Like, what do you
I listen to pretty much everything. Growing up, I was mainly surrounded by R&B, blues. Jazz is what I went to school for, jazz drumming, jazz percussion.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Georgia College, State University in Milledgeville. And
hey, Milledgeville.
Boy, look, Tumbleweed City.
Come on, Tumbleweed.
This is just a heads up for the listeners. You don't know about Milledgeville that much, but trust me, there's a lot of good art coming from Milledgeville.
Oh, yes. And, you know, so I always had an ear for jazz. And you know, having grandparents who listen to that stuff. My parents listen to that type of stuff. And growing up, you know, with that and being trained by a jazz percussionist or a percussionist who, you know, played everything, that was like my niche. So jazz, when you think about it, when you listen to all sorts of music, rock music too, there are some of those elements in there. So being able to play jazz or swing or whatever, I can do everything. You know, so from Latin percussion to jazz to rock to hip hop to funk, all of those things that, you know, I've been raised on and I've internalized and I've played on my own and, you know, play with other groups and stuff like that. I can say that helps shape how I play with this band. it's like every type of element that I've, tapped into, it blends very well with the rock. You know what I'm saying? And I can pick and choose which direction I want it to go in, but it's always going to sound great because everybody comes from a different, background of music. It just works.
This next song is called Another Tear. And this is one of my favorite songs to perform. So without further ado.
Should I end up cold, laying on that heart of yours that I had to mold? But you don't wanna know the truth, you don't even care. Everything's about you, dear, that's all I need to know. What happened when we broke apart? Do you know why this feels so hard? How can I feel this empty heart? But I guess it was deep as heart. So every day I find myself waiting up for you, like waiting on that dream of yours. You know that won't come true, but in my heart I knew the truth. The love was way too strong. Everything just fell apart. It's all I have to. What happened when we broke apart? Do you know why this feels so hard? How can I feel this empty heart? But I guess it was deemed as hard. What happened when we broke apart? Do you know why this feels so hard? How can I feel this empty heart? But I guess it was deemed as hard. I'm falling on my knees again. I'm begging you to help me. Yeah. I'm trying to find my way this time. No way. Peace and sovereignty. And I need you to find my way. I'm trying to figure out my fate. I'm trying to find my knees again. I'm begging you to help me, please, baby. I'm trying to find my way this time. No way.
you guys are bringing women to rock and roll. Is that to bring more women into rock and roll after you guys, hopefully? Do you want more black female rock bands to follow in?
Absolutely.
We want women to be liberated. Like, we want them to the confidence that they never had before after they hear us or see us or even know about us. We want that to be the driving force that gets them to be like, I can do this too.
Yeah, it's bigger than rock and roll too. I mean, it's really just empowerment.
Right.
So if a young black girl can see us doing what we do and want to do what she's good at even more, then we've done our job.
Right. Especially when it comes to learning the business, because growing up, my dad always said, like, the music business is 80% business and the rest of it is actual entertainment. So that's why a lot of my background, I went to law school, and so I understand the music industry very well. And I also learned a lot of it just by being in it and just kind of by working in it. So to me, I want to not only empower young black girls especially, but women in general, but especially black girls, to be able to, I guess, follow their passion, but also want to promote learning the business and learning whatever you're going into. That could be music, that could be economics, like whatever it is, you got to learn the business, because if you don't, no matter what you're in, the industry will eat you alive if you don't know what it is. You got to be conscious of what you're doing, and that to me is extremely important, because women get taken advantage of a lot of times, especially in music. Like I said earlier, we're hypersexualized, and so to me it's extremely important for people to understand what you're getting into. What does it mean to sign a contract? Did you look at the contract? What are the stipulations? Stuff like that. I'm not going to go into like my legal jargon.
Do you guys feel like is now a good time to bring black women into rock and roll? Is now a good time for?
Every time's a good time.
Now is always the time.
I'm going to be honest. I used to brag about knowing all music, and now I'm very honest about not knowing all music. What is it about rock and roll that attracted you guys, and what do you hope people come to rock and roll to get? What's the difference? What's it offer?
For me, rock is like very, it's exhilarating. And for me, it's a release of energy, but it's also me gaining energy. By the end of the show, I might look tired, but the energy that the crowd feeds back is, I receive it. And when we get off stage, we're talking to young people, especially, I remember we were opening up for the Indigo Girls in January. And this, it was a majority crowd of white people, which was great because they were like super excited as well. But there was a couple of black girls, and one in particular, we got off stage and she came up to us and said, I heard somebody playing guitars and drums and stuff. I didn't know what was going on because I was in the other room. But as soon as I came in and saw black people on stage, black women, I literally lost my insert curse word here. And she came up to us and was like, y'all just, and she said that she just stood just in awe. That is our objective.
That's beautiful.
For you to be in awe and pick up whatever it is that you're doing, a camera, a drum set, a keyboard,
whatever your
vocals,
outlet
whatever
is,
and just go with that.
Go ham.
Just go with
Because
it.
it's really about being liberated
Yeah.
and being able to be your true self. And that's what music does for me, and mostly for all of us, really. Like, it's liberating to be able, for anybody, to be able to express their true selves, especially through their music.
Last question, I guess. Where have you guys traveled? Where do you guys hope to go to next? Where do you want to take this to?
Honestly, I just want to travel everywhere.
We're trying to go global.
We'll probably blow up in Tokyo for real.
Bruh, for real, yeah.
Yes.
Black
Tokyo.
bands are loved in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because black people aren't always loved in Tokyo, but black performers in Tokyo.
It's fantastic.
We will lovingly take your coins.
Hello, we will go
US
US
dollars,
dollars,
and we will take your
transfer the
coins.
currency,
Right.
we will do
Everything.
whatever
You know
y'all
what I'm
got. We need, it's cool.
Tokyo.
Yeah,
All right, you heard it there.
basically everywhere.
Hopefully we can get the Txlips to Tokyo.
Hey, listen, I'm already plotting.
I bet.
I'm already plotting.
Send your donations to...
Right. Our Cash App is.
Right.
No, but for real, it's Gabriella Logan White. We are broke. We are all graduated students trying to pay off our loans.
Help us out.
Oh man, thank you guys so much for coming. This was a wonderful conversation, and you guys are
having
literally
us.
the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
choice, whatever I choose, gotta make it work again. You're close, lit the fire, out came words of hate, lust and desire. Instead of standing here, I'd rather dress down, slowly in the rain. You got something new, let me have a way away from you. 'Cause in the distance you'll find time. 'Cause in the distance you will learn to live again. But until then, you gotta change your way. Slowly dark and fade away. You gotta taste this pain. When you learn to appreciate, you've been looking for the lost friend. So it's my choice, whatever I choose, gotta make it work this time. Closer, lit the fire, out came words of hate, lust and desire. Instead of standing here, I'd rather just down slowly in the rain. You got something new, let me have a way away from you. 'Cause in the distance you'll find time. 'Cause in the distance you will learn to live again. But until then, you gotta change your ways. Slowly dark and fade away. You gotta taste this pain. What you learn to appreciate. You've been looking at it. You gotta change your ways. Slowly dark and fade away. You gotta taste this pain. What you learn to appreciate. Distance you'll find time. In the distance you will learn to live again. But until then, you gotta change your ways. The slowly dark blade fade away. You gotta taste this pain. When you learn to appreciate, you've been looking for the lost one. Txlips out.